since the others are not here.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I have quite a number of statements today. I will begin with my usual Thursday statement. Then I'll go to all the others, including Kera. There was also the one for the court-martialed Kenyans in Uganda. And the other one is on the university funding. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2A, I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 22nd August 2023, to prioritize the business for consideration during the week. Honorable Speaker, I wish to commend the leadership of this House and members for the dedication and cooperation exhibited in the session so far. We have certainly been able to meet the set timelines in respect of all matters that were before us. We are now due for the break, commencing after today's session, with the House scheduled to resume its regular sittings on Tuesday, 26 September 2023 at 2:30 p.m., going by our calendar. Honorable Speaker, upon resumption, Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the interactions here because they are too disruptive.
Honorable members, the majority leader is actually making very important statement to tell us the proceedings that will ensue after recess.
In front of my eyes, Honorable Speaker. There are rooms, Honorable Speaker, at the back where members can consult. Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker was saying, upon resumption, the House is expected to continue with debate on second reading of the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendments Bill of 2022. The House will also debate the following motions, should they not be concluded today. Report of the Kenyan delegation to the 146th Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union IPU and related meetings. Report of the 4th General Assembly of the Eastern Africa Parliamentary Alliance for Food Security and Nutrition, EAPA FSN. Reports on the inspection of various one-stop border posts in the Northern Corridor in the Eastern African Community Region. Report on employment diversity audit in public institutions. 5, consideration of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the National Government Constituency Development Fund for 12 constituencies in Kakamega County. And 6, probable loss of investments in Cyton High Yields Solutions platform. Honorable Speaker, I also note that question time in the plenary has proceeded well as Cabinet Secretaries appear to answer questions and expound on policies under their respective dockets. I would like to thank members for their continued participation in this process. Upon resumption of the House and in accordance with the provisions of Standing Order 42A, 5 and 6, I wish to convey that the following Cabinet Secretaries are scheduled to appear before the House on the afternoon of Wednesday, 27 September 2023, to respond to questions as follows. The Cabinet Secretary for Tourism, Wildlife and Heritage to respond to the following questions. Question number 228 of 2023 by the member for Ganze, Honorable Kenneth Kazungu, MP, regarding containment of elephant herds, that have been a menace to residents of Mwahera Jira and Mrima Wandege in Ganze constituency. Question number 320 of 2023 by the member for Wajir East, Honorable Aden Daoud, MP, regarding oversight of the Tourism Promotion Fund Board. Question number 321 of 2023 by the member for West Pokot County, Honorable Raila Kasiwai, MP, regarding rehabilitation and preservation of the Kapenguria Museum. Question number 322 of 2023 by the member for Mandera South, Honorable Abdul Haro, MP, regarding the steps taken by the ministry to mitigate human-wildlife conflict in Mandera South constituency. Question number 323 of 2023 by the member for Samburu County, Honorable Pauline Languris, MP, regarding a compensation of families and residents in Samburu County killed by wild animals and destruction of their property. Question number 324 of 2023 by the member for Nyandarua County, Honorable Faith Getao, MP, regarding the human-wildlife conflict cases at Mukindu in All Kalau constituency. And question number 325 of 2023 by the member for West Pokot County, Honorable Raila Kasiwai, MP, regarding settlement of approved compensation claims in Nasolot Game Reserve. 2, the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury and Economic Planning to respond to the following questions. Question by private notice number 010 of 2023 by the member for Turkana South, Honorable John Ariko, MP, regarding unlawful dismissal of revenue as service assistance. Question number 150 of 223 by the member for Kandui, Honorable John Makali, MP, regarding the current annual status of the balance sheet of Nzoia Sugar Company. Question number 151 of 2023 by the member for Mathare, Honorable Anthony Oluoch, MP, regarding arrears owed to political parties in financial year 2016-2017 and 2022-2023. Question number 153 of 2023 by the member for Kiambu, Honorable Mashua Waithaka, MP, regarding the decline in US dollar reserves in the country. Question number 215 of 2023 by the member for Ugunja, Honorable Pio Wandai, CBS, MP, leader of minority, regarding delay in disbursement of the equitable revenue share to counties. Question number 216 by the member for Tiati, Honorable William Kamket, MP, regarding the impact that de-dollarization by countries such as China, Brazil, Russia, India, Malaysia, and Saudi Arabia may have on Kenya's economy. Question number 217 of 2023 by the member for Wajir East, Honorable Aden Daoud, MP, regarding non-disclosure of merchants' fees and penalties charged on credit/debit cards. Question number 294 of 2023 by the member for Awendo, Honorable John Owino, MP, regarding proposed privatization plan which includes the sale of South Nyanza Sugar Company nuclear land. Question number 295 of 2023 by the member for Balambala, Honorable Abdi Shurie, MP, regarding refusal of cash payments by certain business establishments. Question number 296 of 2023 by the member for Katundo South, Honorable Gabriel Kagombe, MP, regarding delayed disbursement of funds to the National Youth Service. Question number 297 of 2023 by the member for Madhioya, Honorable Edwin Mogo, MP, regarding recruitment of revenue service assistants by KRA. Question number 354 of 2023 by the member for Dagoretti North, Honorable Beatrice Alachi, MP, regarding the impact of import fees levied on raw materials under the crops, nuts and oil crops regulations of 2020. And lastly, question number 356 of 2023 by the nominated member, Honorable Dorothy Ikiara, MP, regarding delay in payment of pension to retired teachers. Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee will reconvene on Tuesday, 26 September 2023 to schedule business for the rest of the week. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, as we proceed for the long recess, it is important to note that in case of any urgent business that requires the attention of the House, members may be recalled for a special sitting pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 29. On behalf of the House Business Committee, I now wish to wish members a wonderful recess period as they spend time with their families, rejuvenate, and also continue to discharge their parliamentary and constituency obligations, and as they spend valuable time engaging with members of their constituencies in public participation during the recess period in preparation of the submittal of NGCDF proposals from all the constituencies. I now wish to lay this statement on the table of the House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I also wish members on behalf of the House Business Committee, also on my own behalf, let me wish members a restful recess and also a busy one as we engage with our constituents, and also to remind you, as the House Business Committee notes in that statement, that we will now have time over this recess to engage in public participation exercises over our proposals for the next financial year. Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I can proceed to the statement from the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Relations, Diaspora Affairs, Dr. Alfred Mutua, EGH, on the court-martialing and conviction of certain Kenyans in the Republic of Uganda. It's rather a long one, Honorable Speaker, 3 pages also.
No, you may proceed. I think it would be unfair not to read it in full. I think read it in full. I don't think you have authority to edit the cabinet secretary's document.
Well, he has started with a huge background, Honorable Speaker. And he says in March 2022, 8 Turkana herders were arrested in Kotido in the Karamoja area on suspicion of killing 3 Ugandan geologists and 2 Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDLF soldiers, who are guarding the geologists in Lokisilei village in Lotisan sub-county in Moroto district. The 8 Kenyans denied the charges and informed the Ugandan side that those who had committed the offense had returned to Kenya with the weapons of the 2 deceased UPDF soldiers. As a result, the 8 accused were found guilty of possessing weapons at a court-martial in Moroto in April 2022 and sentenced to 20 years in prison. The Ugandan authorities have consistently appealed to the Kenyan side to arrest the perpetrators of the killing of the 3 geologists and the 2 Ugandan soldiers, but this has not yet been actualized by the Kenyan side. It should be highlighted that while Kenyan authorities have made steps to recover and return firearms stolen from Ugandan security forces, they have yet to apprehend the perpetrators of the killings. On 8 April 2023, the UPDF conducted a cordon and search operation within Turkana kraals in the areas of Lokiriaut, Rupa and Naput in Moroto districts and seized 27 AK-47 rifles, 1 self-loading rifle SLR, as well as 751 rounds of ammunition, 32 magazines, 3 sets of UPDF uniform, and 19 bows and arrows. Consequently, 32 Turkana herdsmen were arrested and brought to Moroto barracks to face court-martial for the offense of possession of illegal firearms. All 32 suspects were rushed through a court-martial process on 11 April 2023 and sentenced to 10 years for each of the 2 counts of illegal possession of firearms and ammunition. An important point to note is that any civilian found in possession of illicit firearms is subject to court-martial under Ugandan law. Specifically, the Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF Act, because the government deems them to be combatants. Government interventions. On 20th February 2023, a delegation from Kenya led by Ms. Rebecca Miano, the Cabinet Secretary for East African Community, Arid and Semi-Arid Lands and Regional Development, arrived in Moroto, Uganda, to negotiate the release of the Turkana herders with a delegation from Uganda led by General Salim Saleh. The matter escalated when His Excellency President Museveni responded by issuing a directive on March 3rd, 2023, stating unequivocally that the problem of the geologist's murder must be addressed before Uganda discusses the issue of amnesty and release of the Kenyan detainees. This was followed by Executive Order number 3 of 2023, issued on May 18, 2023, which, among other things, gave Kenya 6 months to answer to the matter of the geologist's murder. Otherwise, Turkanas would not be allowed to graze in Uganda. President Museveni also spotlighted Uganda's strategic plan to end nomadism and was interested in knowing the plan on the Kenyan side, as well as how long Kenya expects Uganda to allow Turkanas to graze in Uganda. Consular services extended. On the 24th June 2023, the Kenya High Commission in Kampala, through the KDF liaison office in Moroto, arranged for a team of Turkana leaders led by Honorable Imana and 2 KDF liaison officers to visit the inmates. The team went to Jinja Main Prison and Kitalia Maximum Prison, where the Turkana herders are incarcerated. All the inmates were found to be in good health. They were, however, requested to be relocated to a warmer place and one that is more accommodating to Kenyan inmates in terms of language, such as Moroto Prison. The mission made the request to the Ugandan government and is still awaiting a response, but is actively following up. The Kenya High Commission in Uganda made consular visits to Mutembei prison on 3rd July 2023 and Jinja Main prison on 10th July 2023 and distributed basic supplies not only to Turkanas but also other Kenyans in the 2 jails. The Turkana County government leadership has hired a lawyer in Kampala and filed an appeal in the matter on 20th April 2023 through Ms. Asingwire and Kakuru advocates. The appeal lodged within the 14-day window of appeal was filed to the General Court Martial at Makindye, which is the only available avenue to appeal under Ugandan law. The court is yet to respond on the hearing date, but the advocate is pursuing the matter. Another appeal was lodged through the prison internal mechanism, but was filed late. The Kenya High Commission in Kampala is in contact with the welfare officers of each of the prisons where the herders are being held and will continue to arrange for relatives and Turkana leaders to visit the incarcerated individuals, as well as to provide consular services to all Kenyans in various Ugandan prisons in accordance with the protocols of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Uganda. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, on January 18, 2018, Kenya and Uganda signed an MOU on a cross-border program for sustainable peace and development to encourage the closer interaction between the border communities of Turkana and Pokot in Kenya and Karamoja in Uganda. The MOU also aims to combat the illegal flow of small arms and light weapons in the region. This framework is what allows Kenyans to cross over to Uganda in order to access grazing areas and watering points. However, Uganda expressly forbids Kenyans to cross over with weapons. Currently, the case of the Turkana herders is being escalated to the highest level of the executive of both countries. His Excellency President Museveni has given conditions for amnesty discussions. The first condition is that Kenya arrests those who killed the 3 Ugandan geologists and the 2 UPDF soldiers. In the event that this is not accomplished, His Excellency President Museveni has asked Kenya to make reparations to the families of those deceased before any deliberations on amnesty for the detained Kenyans can commence. Last year, Honorable Speaker, Kenya's top leadership is seized of the matter and has asked for its speedy resolution. Dr. Alfred N. Mutua, EGH Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs, has been in contact with his Ugandan counterpart, and a physical meeting will be organized in full appreciation of the urgency and severity of the matter. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. That is a response on the issue of the incarcerated Ugandans. Please allow so that I take a glass of water.
Yes, Leader of Majority, and then I'll come to you.
Let me thank you, Madam Speaker, and the Leader Majority for that elaborate statement. I just have one concern. It would appear that we are getting into these talks with Uganda from a very weak position as a country, because what we are hearing are just ultimatum after ultimatum. Conditions